Hello, and welcome to the Social Small Talk podcast, where we explore the dynamic world of social media marketing across all industries. Join me, Audra Brim, twice a week for insightful conversations with top global industry professionals, along with the latest news and trends in social media marketing. Each episode is packed with valuable strategies and practical tips designed to help you enhance your social media presence, increase engagement, and boost your brand's digital impact. Make sure to subscribe so you can listen each week. Hey everyone, and welcome back to this episode of the Social Small Talk. I am so excited to be back, and I swear I slept last week, even though it may not look like it. But I am Audra Brim. I am the CEO and founder of Brim Media, and I am here every single week to give you the social media news that you may have missed last week and maybe some advice as to what's to come this current week. Well, we have quite a lot going on, so let's get into it. Instagram is recommending longer reels in the Explore feed. Literally 1 month after they told us that 90 seconds or less would be the best thing, they are now suggesting that longer reels will go out to unconnected audiences. The sweet spot for these are between the 30-second to 90-second point, but they do want us to start using 3-minute long reels because they will be putting those into the Explore feed. It's a very crazy because actually a month ago they came out stating the polar opposite. But now, guess what? As we all know, social media changes by the second and they are changing their minds. So start doing longer form videos. They are trying to compete with YouTube specifically and TikTok, obviously. So they're really, really trying to get some of that longer form video content to go better on their platforms, especially on Instagram, not just Meta as a whole. I have to give you my TikTok news because that's all we've been talking about. But TikTok, this past week, President Trump granted a 75-day extension on the US sale of TikTok, basically stating that he wants the US to own 50% of the app. Multiple bids have been going on already. We found that out before TikTok actually went down for those couple hours. But right now, President Trump looks like he is really liking the one on the table with Oracle and other investors, and that would give them the 50% ownership that he's looking for. No one knows necessarily if ByteDance is actually taking these bids or what is happening with that. But President Trump is very adamant that TikTok does and should stay around. Now, I know a lot of us think that TikTok has changed quite a lot in the last week. It is still the most amazing platform. I believe so. I think TikTok Shop really does help not only creators, but brands alike. And it is a place to really explore because TikTok ads are honestly a lot cheaper than everywhere else, but it is the way to grow your brand organically. It is not always a pay to play game there, so it does help for brands specifically. On another note, Threads has rolled out mobile analytics and scheduling tools for their users. So when you go on to mobile on your Threads app, you will see quite a lot that is new. They're also experimenting with ads in the feed, which most of us knew because let's just be real, Meta has been losing ad space in general because so many people are running ads. So they need a new place. Well, there's Threads, so why not have that place for other ads, which we completely understand. There's so much battle out there between media buyers about placements and things in that regard. So we want to make sure that there is enough real estate. Just for everyone's knowledge, I'm going to be talking about a couple of new things coming out that you may or may not have heard about, but they are rapidly growing, whether it's in the App Store or just creators talking about it. So as brands, we should have an eye on this. And I do want us marketers to understand that new things are coming out and we should actually keep an eye and start hearing about if this is good for brands, for creators, and how this can mesh together better. So Flip is one of those new ones. It's a TikTok shop rival, and it's really starting to launch a creator fund that will grant up to $100 million of equity value. They're really trying to get creators from TikTok to go to their platform. You actually see them advertising quite a lot, even on TikTok, funny enough, But creators are starting to talk about this more and more. As we all know, after last week and TikTok going down, a lot of creators are worried, a lot of brands are worried about what the 75-day extension may be. And on top of it, the app still is not in the App Store. So it still cannot have the updates that it needs to be required to actually continuously go. So because of that, people are really trying to go off of that app and really start utilizing other things that can maybe help generate other income. So Flip is a really good one. They're not the only ones really trying to get creators off of there either. Meta is luring creators. I mean, I'm sure you've been seeing this if you follow Instagram at all or Instagram creators, but we're starting to see a lot of our TikTok creators all of a sudden on Instagram a lot more. And that's because their platform literally is giving out a $5,000 bonus, content deals, and free verification if these content or if those creators are coming on. So they are really trying to lure them to show them, hey, you can get even better deals if you stay on Meta products. If you come onto Instagram and start advertising there, if you do more collabs with brands on our platform. So keep an eye out for that because they're really trying to push for it. Lastly, if you haven't heard about Substack, Substack is a platform that's like a newsletter platform. Instead of like the Beehive and the other ones out there that take monthly, like a monthly charge, they actually take a 10% of the newsletter revenue. But a huge thing that they're doing is they've introduced a $20 million funding guarantee to entice creators to come to its platform. It's called the Creator Accelerator Fund. This is honestly starting to become a great platform for creators because they're getting their paid subscribers on there. They're being able to give them the valuable information to provide what they were doing on all of these other platforms, but underneath one umbrella. That is the news of the week. It is crazy because it is Monday, January 27th, and I feel like that was a whirlwind. There are so many new platforms coming out, literally left and right. So make sure to stay tuned every single Monday. We are here to give you that valuable information. But not only that, we are always at Brim Media giving valuable information on all of our social platforms out there. So make sure to follow us, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to this podcast as well. That way you can always be able to see what's happening and make sure you're staying up so that you're better as a marketer or just as a brand to be able to market out to your users. Thanks again, and I can't wait to talk to you next week.